It was just one of those days when everything felt heavier than usual. I had missed my train, spilled coffee all over my shirt, and forgotten my wallet at home. To top it all off, the gray clouds above me looked like they were about to let loose. Any minute. I was standing outside a little corner store in the city, rummaging through my bag, hoping somehow that maybe a few coins were hiding in one of the side pockets. I just needed a few dollars. Not for anything big. Just a sandwich. I hadn't eaten since the night before, and my stomach was starting to protest with loud growls that only made my embarrassment worse. Asterisk people passed by without noticing, too busy in their own worlds. That's when I heard a low voice beside me, gentle but firm. Asterisk, you okay? Asterisk, I looked up, and standing next to me was a man with scruffy hair, an old worn coat, and eyes that had clearly seen more than their share of hardship. I could tell from the layers of clothes, the scuffed shoes, and the plastic bag tied to his belt that he was homeless. Everything about him looked like he didn't have much. But what struck me most wasn't how little he had, it was the way. He looked at me with concern, with kindness. Like he saw me. Asterisk, I gave him a tired smile and nodded, trying to brush it off. Yeah, just forgot my wallet, haven't eaten, I'll figure it out. Asterisk, he paused, looked at the store, then back at me. You hungry? Asterisk, I chuckled awkwardly. It's okay, I'll be fine. Asterisk, he reached into his pocket slowly and pulled out a single crumpled dollar bill. Then another. He counted 3 in total. That was it, that was all he had? And without a second of hesitation, he handed them to me. Asterisk, here, he said, pressing the bills into my hand. It's not much, but it'll get you a sandwich from inside. You need it more than I do. Asterisk, I froze, my throat tightened. No, I can't. Take this, you need this. Asterisk, but he just smiled and said something I'll never forget. Sometimes helping someone else fills you more than any meal. He turned to walk away before I could even say thank you. I stood there stunned, the bills still in my hand. I couldn't believe what had just happened. In a city where everyone walks past you, where people don't even look you in the eye, a man who had nothing had just given me his last dollar without expecting anything in return. Asterisk, I bought that sandwich, but I didn't eat it. I wrapped it up, grabbed a bottle of water too, and ran after him. I found him sitting near the park bench, looking out at the street like he wasn't really waiting for anything in particular, just watching life pass. Bye, Asterisk, I got the sandwich, I said, but it's yours now. And the water too. Thank you for what you did. Asterisk, he chuckled, accepted it quietly, and we talked for a few minutes. His name was Ray. He had been living on the streets for over 6 years. Used to be a mechanic before an injury, some bad luck, and a few wrong turns left him without a job or a home. But what surprised me most was his attitude. He wasn't bitter. He wasn't angry at the world. He still believed in goodness. Still believed that if you give, life gives back. That people just need someone to see them once in a while. Asterisk, that day changed me. I went home and couldn't stop thinking about Ray, about what he had done. I had a job, a small apartment, a family that still called once in a while. And yet here was a man with almost nothing, who still chose to give. Asterisk, I started visiting Ray regularly. Brought him meals. We'd talk for hours. I listened to his stories about growing up fixing bikes with his dad, about his first love, about the small joys of hearing birds in the morning. One day, I asked if he wanted help getting off the streets. He hesitated at first, said he didn't want to be anyone's burden. But I reminded him he helped me first. Asterisk, it wasn't easy. It took months, paperwork, shelter waiting lists, rejections, but eventually we found a place. A church-run transitional housing program. He had a bed, food, and support. He cried that day. Not big tears, just a few that rolled down quietly as he looked at the room. It's been a while since I've had 4 walls around me, he said. Asterisk, Ray started volunteering at the shelter, fixing small machines, mending chairs. They even gave him a small job. A year later, with help from a local nonprofit, he moved into his own tiny apartment. I'll never forget the smile on his face when he showed me his key. Feels like I got my name back, he said. That was 3 years ago, today. Runs a small community workshop, teaching at-risk youth how to fix bikes and small engines. Give a kid a skill and he won't need to steal, he always says. He still lives simply, still keeps things small. But he's not just surviving anymore, he's living. And me? I try to live differently now. I don't walk past people the same way. I look up. I see them. I remember that moment, 3 crumpled dollars pressed into my hand. A sandwich I never ate. And a man who had nothing yet gave me everything I needed that day. Hope, kindness, and the reminder that the smallest act of love can change a life. So, if you're watching this right now, I hope Ray's story stays with you the way it stayed with me. We never know what someone else is carrying. We never know how much a small act can ripple. Sometimes, the person we think needs help the most is the one who ends up saving us. If this story touched your heart even a little, please like this video, share it with someone, and subscribe to Everyday Grace Stories. Because in a world where we rush past each other, grace is still real. And sometimes it comes from the most unexpected places.